So I'm going to show you how to mount front door speakers in this 2006 Toyota Corolla. Got this one's just, what model is this thing, a CE?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's just a base model. It's got crank windows, does have power locks, but no power window switch. So there is a cover in here, and it's a Phillips screw that's in behind the door handle cover.
Yeah.
I'll show you how to take this piece off and this armrest piece off, and there's two screws that are in there that you'll take off, as well as this tweeter cover or trim cover. There's just one clip in behind there. I'll grab the trim tool and show you how to take that off to get the door skin off, and also how to take the crank handle off. So the clip that's in behind the handle here looks like this, and you can just take it out by putting a rag in behind the handle and shimmying the rag back and forth. I'll see if I can show you guys. So you can see that clip in there is now popped up, and get the handle off. Just like that, that's how the clip looks. And then once you get your handle off, there's just a plastic sleeve that sits in there. You can take that off. That'll let you get the door panel off. So we'll start by taking off this power lock switch. I just used, you could use like a flathead screwdriver or a trim tool, and I started on this end, pop this up, and it just pops out like that. Undo the locking tab for the connector, take your switch, set that aside. Then this armrest cover comes off. There's just some pressure clips in there that are holding it on. You can see there. One there, one on that side. That's going to give you access to those two Phillips screws there. We'll take those off and get the door panel off.
It'll be a good lesson.
So we're gonna pop this other panel off here. There's just one pressure clip that's in behind. You can see that there. And the bottom has sort of a hook to it, so it'll pop off and then lift out. And then the last thing to removing this door is there's a bunch of pressure clips that are all along the door that run down along the side, across the bottom, and up the side. Do you have that green trim tool? Perfect. Using a trim stick like this so you can wedge in behind the door. Just like that. Lets you release those clips in there. Kind of difficult to pull this door skin off and video at the same time. That worked, mint. So once you get the bottom of the door and the sides to release, this weather strip that runs along here, it sort of hooks onto this portion of the door here. So you'll get it popped off and then lift it up and off. And that gives us access to the speaker. Just one clip here. Just push in on that guy. Pull the connector off. And then to remove the speaker out of the door, we gotta drill out 3 rivets. We're actually gonna utilize the housing. We'll keep the housing of the speaker to mount the new speakers. And I'll show you once we get this apart. All right, so we're just gonna drill out these rivets now. All right, so once we get the rivets drilled out, we can take a trim tool and just work the speaker out. Just like that. What we're gonna do is actually cut all these tabs off and take the speaker out of the plastic housing. And we'll install the new speakers into the plastic housing. And then that plastic housing can just go right back onto the door. And the reason we do that is this speaker here, the size of it doesn't quite fit in the door. I'll show you. It almost fits, but then there's just no mounting holes for it, and you can see there would be gaps, right? These wouldn't be very secure, probably end up coming loose and rattling. So, all right, so you can see now I've got that started. It's just glued on there. Just go ahead and work your way around, ripping that off. And like I say, we don't really care about these speakers. They're just junky stock speakers. I think the one was blown. It was just rattling, making all kinds of noise. So once you get that off, then we'll go ahead and get in there with the cordless saw. And we can just go ahead and nip all those off. Okay, so where the terminals go through to the other side, where your factory connector would plug in, what we're gonna do is just take this cover off. This sits in there. And then take these terminal pieces out. Just like that. What you could do if you wanted to get fancy is leave those in there. You could cut wires off and then like solder onto the end of them just to keep your factory connector if you knew how to do that. But this is what we're after here basically. So now that we have this piece, our speaker will actually fit in there pretty well, perfectly. And then we can just mount it right to that plate. And that'll just go back in the door and should fit just perfect. So for spacing for the wires, I'm just gonna use a 1/4 inch drill bit and bore those holes out. Something like that. So here's a wiring diagram for the colors, so just see what's positive and negative. You can see we're working on this one right here, the left front door speaker. So we have a pink wire and a purple wire, or violet as they call it. And you can see Looks like the violet wire is going to be negative and the pink wire is going to be positive. So we got the connections soldered up there. We're just gonna put some heat shrink over them, and then we can put the wire up there and just tuck it to the side. Once we get the old rivets out, we can rivet the new the thing back, the speaker cover back in, or the speaker housing assembly, I suppose it is. And then we'll put the door back on and put it all together. So just when you go to put this handle back on, just start the clip like this. There's 2 slots. That tab's gonna be on the other side of this. And then you'll be able to just line up your crank handle with the window fully up, and it'll just pop on. Don't forget this washer, this plastic piece here. So it can go on 2 ways, and it goes on the door like this.